Good morning, Ecclesia Christian Fellowship, and other very much appreciated listeners and watchers. Good morning, and I hope you have a very blessed day. I'm Keon Frank Francesca Bell Owens, as some of y'all know, and today we're going to be honoring an African American history hero that most of you know, Barack Hussein Obama II. Now, most of you know him as the 44th President of the United States, but he started way before then. He actually was born on August 4th, 1961, and from there he just continued on his journey to promote change and inspiration for all of his fellow African Americans. Now, he's actually a very true African American because he's made from the union of his Kenyan father, who most of his life spent his life in Kenya, and his mother, who was from Honolulu, Hawaii. They actually were separated for most of his life, but despite that, it didn't stop him from actually becoming a great man and showing us all sorts of things that you know about him and that he's done in his lifetime. He actually was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, and for a very brief time in his youth, his mother had to take him to Indonesia, where he had learned bits and pieces of his culture and was learning just about different people, and he learned about struggles in other countries as well as our own. When he was 10, his mother and him returned back to Honolulu, and he stayed with his grandparents, where he continued on his education. He went on through the usual channels as the rest of us did, elementary school, middle school, but here's where it starts to get important. Here's where it starts to get really good. He eventually made his way into college, where he graduated from Columbia University. He studied in community services, and he went back and he tried to educate the community. He went down to Chicago, where he fought for all sorts of civil issues and people's rights. And watching and learning there, he got a taste and for a feel for what the people need. This led him actually on his way into Harvard University, where he not only met his college sweetheart, which, as you know, Michelle Obama, was actually Michelle Robertson, but he also learned the different things that he used to become one of the greatest presidents that we've had. In his studies there, he was the top of his class, the first African American president of the Harvard Association of Law. My apologies. But from there, he went back into Chicago, into the streets of America, to continue to offer change and offer all sorts of ideas of just equality and helping those that are just unfortunate. Because he got to witness those things in Indonesia and in Honolulu and different, deep, dirty parts of our country. Now, this is super important because even before he ever just thought about running for president, people would tell him they can see him in office. And so he decided to run for senator. He won, which was a very great day for him. And it was it was an honoring feat for a lot of African Americans when for the first time in 2009, we got to watch the first African American president enter the office. Now, along with that and his Nobel Peace Prize and all the many great achievements that he's done as a president, it's not just that. Because you gotta remember, we are African American people, but we also are citizens of heaven. So I hope that you use his life and his inspirational story to not only think and strive for the highest honors and achievements in America or in the world, but remember, the greatest honor and achievement we can ever have is to hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." Now thank you all, and I hope you'll join us again. We're gonna be honoring so many more African American and African heroes. Now thank you, and God bless.